What happens when Donald Trump Jr. and Mark Cuban agree on something? You're about to discover a shocking truth that's been hiding in plain sight, and it's completely different from what politicians want you to believe about your expensive prescription drugs. Two figures from opposite ends of the political spectrum have just exposed the real reason Americans pay sky-high drug prices. This isn't another partisan healthcare debate. Instead, it reveals a hidden system that's been quietly draining billions from patients while operating completely under the radar. The story begins with Senator Elizabeth Warren targeting big pharmaceutical companies like Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer. She claims they exploit tax loopholes and artificially inflate drug prices. But Mark Cuban, the billionaire behind Cost Plus Drugs, fired back with a bombshell revelation that changes everything. Cuban argues the real villains aren't the drug companies making headlines. They're shadowy middlemen called pharmacy benefit managers, or PBMs. These companies sit between drug manufacturers, insurance companies, and pharmacies, wielding enormous power over which medications you can access and exactly how much you'll pay. Here's their scheme. Pharmacy benefit managers negotiate massive rebates from drug companies, but instead of passing savings to patients, they pocket the profits themselves. They control formularies, essentially approved drug lists, and can make or break any medication's market success. This gives them incredible leverage to extract money from every corner of the system. Donald Trump Jr. surprisingly backed Cuban's position, calling it a rare bipartisan concern. He acknowledged that while Warren isn't wrong about pharmaceutical pricing, her narrative completely ignores pharmacy benefit managers' substantial role in escalating healthcare costs for ordinary Americans. The Federal Trade Commission is now paying attention. Their reports criticize pharmacy benefit managers for imposing unfair terms on smaller pharmacies while favoring large corporate chains, reducing competition and driving up consumer prices. This lack of transparency has sparked legislative proposals like the Pharmacy Benefit Manager Transparency Act, designed to prohibit deceptive pricing and ensure savings actually reach patients. What makes this alliance particularly significant is its signal of growing bipartisan recognition. America's drug pricing crisis can't be solved by targeting pharmaceutical companies alone. Real solutions require confronting the opaque operations and market dominance of these powerful middlemen who've operated in shadows for decades. This emerging scrutiny is gaining momentum across the political spectrum. Both regulatory agencies and lawmakers are pushing for greater transparency and accountability in pharmacy benefit manager operations. The joint criticism from Trump Jr. and Cuban reveals just how complex the factors driving high drug prices really are. More importantly, it suggests that real healthcare reform might finally be on the horizon. When political opposites unite against a common threat, change becomes possible.